good morning everybody. Sarasota Tim and Tammy going down the road here. We just left Utah. We're in Nevada on our way to Vegas, and I think we're going to stay in Vegas for the night. Not sure yet. Very short drive this morning, just getting out of where we were. Our rent was up, and we're going to go down here, and the heat has got me a little bit concerned about towing, so I think I would like to let a couple of days, or at least one more day, go by of this terrible heat. Johnny Vegas said that they said on the news that it was a record of there goes my engine on cruise control, shifting down, took it off cruise. A record heat. Hasn't been that hot since 1930. So here's the state of Nevada. We were in Arizona, actually. My truck didn't say it. Yeah.
Welcome to Nevada.
Thank you. So here's Nevada. What part of Nevada is this? Is this Mesquite? Whatever. But we picked up an hour. Now it's 6:41. It was 5:41. Now we lost an hour.
Okay.
What's the deal?
I don't know.
All right. Whatever time it is. But with so much time to get back to Florida, and some of you even asking, what's the hurry? I thought you were going to stay past the summer and hurricane season and all that. Well, we're not going to do that, but there is no hurry. So I think we'd like to see Vegas a little bit more. Tammy didn't really see much of it, even though we've been there 3 times. There's a real nice mall. We can get some steps in and get out of the heat. Maybe get a steak dinner tonight. The free breakfast is included if we get a room. A room is as cheap as a campground with the RV. And if I go to Flagstaff today, which would be my first leg, longest I would want to drive in one day, because I'm going back to Vegas and going around instead of cutting over. I don't think there's any, anyway, we're going to stay in Vegas, maybe, and then leave tomorrow or the next day, probably tomorrow, and then we can get on past Flagstaff to Gallup or Albuquerque or somewhere, and either get another room or an RV park, whatever's cheaper. And with our Hilton Honors, thanks to Hilton Tom, we can stay in a Hilton as cheap as we can in an RV park for one night. So we're also debating all that as a way to travel back. But the RV will definitely be used as it has been used once we get back in the state of Florida to a location where we're going to search out a place to live. We can stay in it temporarily till we find something instead of a hotel or something like that. So it'll get its money's worth. But it's now 6:43 a.m. and it's 82 degrees. No?
I don't know what's
Tammy's phone says 5:43. So it's 5:43 or 6:43.
It's fine.
There's a Walmart. Quick story for you. We left the house this morning, the RV park at the Orchards. And we didn't have coffee or anything this morning. We packed everything away. So I said, when we get to St. George, we can get us a coffee and a Coke. So Miss T got her a Zing. I got a senior coffee and a couple of biscuits. But the lobby wasn't open. It was only drive-through. Well, we can't drive through with the campers, so I walked through. It was funny standing at the window. They actually obliged me. And there was a car, only one car. There was nobody else there. I was waiting for me to walk on through after I got my order. So we got a couple of biscuits and a couple of drinks. and that was funny. And now we're down here and heading to Vegas, baby. Look at this. Gorgeous place that we may never see again or for a while. I was thinking of something earlier I was going to tell you guys. One, regarding the video I made with a gentleman with a motorcycle, Mr. Fernando from Brazil. When I was listening to his Portuguese language when he was talking, he was saying he's going to the national parks. He actually mentioned the arches. So I figured that out when I watched the video again. So he's there now in Moab, where I've been. And I just have to say that guy, 59 years old, he started in Brazil with that BMW dual sport motorcycle and drove all the way up through South America and Guatemala and everything into Texas, where he came out, and is heading all the way to Canada and then Alaska and then all the way back to Miami, of where he's going to get on an airplane and fly him and that motorcycle back to Brazil. But I just have to say, you know, I've rode across the country a couple of times on a Harley Davidson, and I felt free, and it was an accomplishment, something I'll never forget. I talk about it all the time. But this guy, man, with that dual sport, he's not restricted to paved roads. He can go anywhere he wants. And that's the kind of bike you need when you come up through South America. Some of those roads you need, it's off-road capability. But just think of the fortitude and the motivation that he has to go out and do what he's doing at his age, and not speaking the language here. He's got all the GPS, the translating things, and he's done his research before he left Brazil. I mean, hats off to that guy. I mean, I'm really envious and respect him of what he's doing. And he will have no regrets in his life that he did something. And I was also thinking of this I wanted to mention. Talking about living your life. You know, Tammy said something the other day. We were talking, and I said, well, you know, maybe the real estate market's going to change. And, you know, after the election, maybe, or next year, just no matter what, election or not, you know, the economy may take a turn, as it always does. I mean, eventually it will. I said, so, you know, we lease something for a year, and then, you know, we do something next year. You know what she said? It was so profound. One of the most profound things I've ever heard her say. And it was, well, you know, at our age, a year is a lot. And it just hit me. Like, yeah, we don't want to settle for anything for this next year. We want what we want, and we're going to get something nice. We don't have a year to just throw away. You know, when you're 20, 30, 40 years old, you look at life differently. You think, well, you know, I'll do this for a year and then I'll do that. Well, you don't have a year to give away. When you're down to your last dozen, possibly, you know, of real living before your, you know, motor skills and different things start to slow down a lot, you don't have a year to just throw away and give away. And when she said that, it's so true. So even like today, you know, we're not gonna race back when we have to get a place and all that, but we're living our life not every couple of months or 2 weeks out of the year. People have to wait for a vacation. We're living it every single day. When we wake up, we both realize that nobody's promised tomorrow. And we're not going to go out and throw all of our money away and live a life like we only have 6 months to live, but we're going to live like best we can. And I promote you guys do the same thing. I mean, look at Toby Keith. They were talking about him yesterday. We were talking about him. He left $400 million to his wife. And he had fame, fortune, all that money, and it couldn't save him. You can't buy another hour of a 24-hour day, even if you're rich. So don't waste your life amassing wealth when you could be living. Nothing wrong with making money and, you know, leaving it to your family and making the best of everything, but you only get one go around, folks. One life. Make sure you live it. So, yeah, Vegas will be fun today. 116 degrees is the forecast. So, I don't want to pull the camper in that kind of heat. So we'll either get the room and leave at night or early in the morning again and get on over to where, you know, it's not any hotter than the 90s and get out of this desert stuff and do that. But right now we just want to enjoy ourselves in Vegas one more day. Get us a steak. I've been wanting to show her that Posh Mall. They got nice stuff there. And those casinos, man, I got to go in that place again. Or another one. This is what I wanted to say. Temecula J. Hey, buddy. Listen, I delete all my messages and stuff routinely to keep room in my phone for videos. So I think I might have deleted the text. Tammy was saying, I think it was you, that talked about a good steakhouse, Durango or something in Vegas. And you got the sneezes. This Tammy just turned that air on, it's killing me. Send me a link to that, or if anybody else knows a good steakhouse. I was thinking about that Hank's Steak and Martini at the Green Valley Ranch Casino, but there may be somewhere else. That's what we want to do for dinner tonight. Living life, crushing it.